Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, dead slaves, serfs, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And so now the war by Israel on Gaza has been unleashed again. And yesterday, I thought it was really sad that apparently Hamas launched some rockets towards Israel. And it seems like at this point they wouldn't antagonize Israel any more than they have to. But it does show that they still have some capacity in spite of Israel's gargantuan efforts to eliminate Hamas in Gaza. And I find that rather fascinating in a way that all this effort over pretty much the last year or going on half a year or whatever it's been. Um, the fact that there's Hamas elements still present and that they just assassinated more Hamas leaders kind of begs the question, well, if they can go after those Hamas leaders now and kill them, why haven't they done so in the last 6 months? And so, as always, there's a lot of questions, more than there are answers. And who knows what's really going on there. But we do know that Israel claims that the ceasefire has been broken by Hamas and has now unleashed hell on them again. And that kind of obscures the fact that Israel has broken the ceasefire all along. There's been over 1,000 Palestinians killed during the so-called ceasefire, and plenty of Israeli attacks on Hamas. But now, we kind of suspected this would happen, that they were going to blame Hamas for breaking the ceasefire and giving them justification to continue their obliteration of Gaza, and that's kind of what we're seeing. So leading up to what's happening now, they made it clear that they really want everybody in Gaza dead. They cut off the water supply. They've been denying medical aid. They've been denying food supplies. And apparently, Gaza has officially entered the first step of starvation and famine. Literally, they don't have anything to eat. And in fact, supply has been cut off, so they can't even get wheat to make bread. And all these aid packages and shipments have all been halted, and they basically have a complete blockade of anything going into Gaza. So they're either going to shoot them, bomb them, or starve them. And so the most dramatic event, of course, was the declaration that the ceasefire was over, and Israel launched a huge amount of airstrikes and killed 400 Palestinians right off the bat in one day. And now once again, they're herding Palestinians from one area of Gaza to the next, bombing the shit out of them. And now they've restarted their ground offensive. And so the slaughter is just going to continue. And Netanyahu's declared that this is only the beginning of what's going to unfold as we move forward. So I guess this it just seems like they're moving towards the complete annihilation. As I've talked about in other videos, it seems like Trump came out and admitted that over 500,000 Palestinians have been killed so far, because the population was over 2 million. And the last time he gave a speech, he talked about the fact there was 1,700,000 that they're dealing with now. And then it gets confusing, because Trump declared that nobody's going to be moving any Palestinians out of Gaza, and yet we still continue to hear plans and motions going on behind the scenes of moving the Palestinian population. Israel's created an immigration office to facilitate removing all the Palestinians from Gaza, and there's been ongoing discussions of not only moving them to other Arab countries, but moving them to Africa, including Somaliland and areas like that. And so it seems like the complete annihilation of Gaza has now started again, and I see no way that it's going to end. Certainly not in any way that we would like, or any kind of diplomatic solution. The war will just go on, and more Palestinians will die. And even the Israeli people are having issues with it. There was a huge demonstration 40,000 people that just don't want this war to keep going on. And so, but we've seen these demonstrations in Israel before, and it's not going to change anything. The Israeli government is going to continue its operations, and we'll see how many Palestinians are left when the dust settles. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.